Yo, what's up guys, Sha-leik, and welcome to GPC Season 5, Week 7. This week we're up against Will, Macadii, and his Bouffalant builds. Will is a great friend of mine, a fantastic content creator, a really good player, and his link is, as always, in the description below. In description down below. Talking is hard. Make sure to check him out. Great content. He uploads and streams a lot, so he's like the opposite of me. If you need more content, just check him out. Like, I don't do enough, so he does more. So, you know. You have me for being a fucking piece of shit that uploads like once a week at max, and him who uploads a lot and is not as much of a piece of shit. So that's cool. If you might remember from last week, which I uploaded the same day as this, hopefully, or the day before, that we lost our first game last week, so we're now 5-1. But if we win this week, we have a really good shot at playoffs. We're in a really good position, and that's important. So, however, Will's team is absolutely terrifying. As you might remember, we played Mega Lopunny earlier in the season against, I think, Turbo Blaze and his new England patch Resus. I could be wrong. I hope I'm not wrong. And he dropped it because he needed more synergy with his team or something. I don't remember exactly, but he got Mega Aggron. He made a bunch of transfers to change his team up. And Will was like, ha, Mega Lopunny is free. Let me just be that guy and pick up Mega Lopunny plus Landorus-I, because that's fair. So he has Landorus-I, Rotom Watch, Latios, Fortress, Florges, Mega Lopunny, Dragalge, Electivire, and Abra. He picked up the meme, Abra, which is not really a meme. I've used it in the GPC last season. Was it last season or the season before? I don't remember. I've used it, okay? So yeah, Abra's a cool guy. I don't think he's bringing it against me, though. He has too much stuff that does well. He doesn't need Abra for anything necessarily, I don't think. So, yeah. You might remember that Mega Lopunny kind of runs through my team, and it kind of, was a huge threat in my last game against it. So that's an issue. There's also Landorus-I, which, look at my team. I have nothing, because Landorus-I is a broken piece of shit, and shouldn't be allowed. More complaining here. So, Landorus-I is going to be a fun Pokemon to play against. Rotom Wash is a decent check to my Jirachi, in that I just can't spam Iron Head when Rotom Wash or Fortress are around, especially if they are Rocky Helmet variants. Latios is a threat as always, because it's a Latios. Florges is a little annoying and walls a couple things in my team. Walls Megalovania, even if I'm max attack Diamond Storm. Is a rolled 2 with lefties, and then he has Protect, of course, probably. So, that's the thing. Florges also, like, hard walls to Ludicolo. So, which I otherwise kind of run through his team. Like, Ludicolo has a great matchup against him. That's pretty cool. And it also, of course, Florges helps a lot with Salamence. If I don't have Iron Tail, or if I don't hit an Iron Tail, then he hard walls me, of course. Though I could only like double edge, and that's probably going to do a lot, but, Dragalge, I don't have a switch in, because who has a Dragalge switch? And if you do, then please teach me your ways. And Electivire, I also don't have a great switch to get into, other than like Torkoal. Torkoal will probably be my best switch in there. I was heavily considering Torkoal. I was actually considering all of my Pokemon, like literally all of them were considered for this week, which is I think a first. So yeah, that's his team is terrifying. Landorus-I and Megalop both kind of 6 on my team, so I think this is another game where my opponent has a slightly better matchup. I think maybe. I think this week definitely. Last week I'm not too sure, but just because Landorus-I and Megalovania both run through my team, if he plays them well, and if I don't play carefully around them, then hey, I might just get fucked by one, or maybe even by both. Just some nice double penetration. I don't know. Let's get into the team. Let's just stop talking. So let's adjust dimensions real quick, Arena, and there we go. So first up, we're bringing. I'm sorry, Will. I really am. We're bringing Scarf Jirachi. TN, with of course Saving Grace, Iron Head, Hard Stamp, Energy Ball, and U-Turn. Max attack with a Lonely Nature, 140 in speed, and 116 in special attack. I'm sorry, I really am. Iron Head plus Hard Stamp are really cool because I can flinch things down, and that's literally the whole reason why the thing is there. Gives me a good check to Mega Lopunny. Now, Zen Hepa doesn't Oko Mega Lopunny. So I figured, well, especially if he has bulk investment, which against my team he can easily run a fair amount of bulk, and just kind of chew hits. So Hard Stamp gives me a better chance of actually beating Mega Lopunny because he can flinch at a 60% flinch chance is better than a 20% I think, because Zen Hepa doesn't kill anyway. So like I think it makes more sense to have a flinch chance rather than trying to do more damage, which in the end doesn't fucking matter. Something shout out to Linkin Park. So yeah, I felt like Hot Slam would be better. Also, I'm a piece of shit and I like flinching things, so that's another reason why Hot Slam is there. Not gonna click it too much, I don't think, other than Mega Lopunny and Evire. And Dragalge, I guess. There's nothing that I would have to go for, or that I would want to go for Hot Slam on. So Iron Head's probably gonna be a main move. U-turn there for initiative, so I can U-turn out on the Fortress. Didn't want to pack a fire move. I felt like U-turn would be better to gain initiative. And Energy Ball is for you Rotom Wash. With this special attack investment, I 2-hit KO. I Fizz Def Rotom Wash. Yeah, I think. I don't remember exactly the calcs, but I think it's like Fizz Def after rocks guaranteed. Fizz Def with lefties without rocks is a decent roll in my favor. So that's cool. With the speed, I outspeed Jolly Mega Lopunny with the Choice Scarf, and that's cool. With my Choice Scarf, not his Choice Scarf, obviously. And that's cool. So yeah, Jirachi is good. It's a really good win con. His team does not like Scarf Rachi at all, and I'm gonna try to abuse it. I think he might bring Scarf Landorus-I to check that. But if you bring Scarf Landorus-I, it's not a Life Orb Landorus-I, and I can deal with that a lot better. Because honestly, my Landorus-I prep is not amazing this week. Not gonna lie about that. So yeah, that's Jirachi. Probably gonna be my win con this week. And yeah, moving on, we have Hugh Hoofner de Keldeo, another really big win con this week with a Life Orb, justified as the ability, Scald, Icy Wind, Aqua Jet, and Secret Sword. Yes, so ring an Aqua Jet Keldeo. 56 in HP, max special attack, and 200 in speed with a hasty nature. This speed allows me to outspeed Landorus-I. A running HP over attack, just because I think there was a roll with Landorus-I. Maybe it was Mega Lopunny. I think it was Mega Lopunny. One of the two. There's a role that I can live with HP investment. So, you know, I prefer that over the attack investment. Aqua Jet is, of course, there to get some chip damage off on Landorus-I. I was initially going to bring Aqua Jet on this thing, plus Ice Shot on Frostus to check it, which the combination of those two kill it. And Frostus actually has a really good matchup against him, especially if he doesn't bring Florges. If he doesn't bring Florges, Frostus runs through his team, and that's really cool. But, not bringing it. As you can see, I couldn't fit it on, much like Ludicolo, which also runs through his team if he doesn't bring Florges. And that's kind of cool, so unfortunately not bringing either of those two. But Keldeo is a massive threat to his team. It checks Landorus-I very effectively because Scald is just a straight up Oko, and so is Icy Wind. Rotom Wash doesn't really want to take Secret Swords, and if I get that thing weakened, then Jirachi just has a much better time. Latios does not want to take an Icy Wind, and Icy Wind over HP Ice allows me to slow it down and then 2-hit KO it, potentially after, you know, chip damage or rocks and whatnot. I expect him to bring a bulkier bulkier Latios, just to check the thing a little bit more effectively, but we'll see if he does that or not. Other than that, Florges doesn't want to get burned necessarily. Dragalge is a really safe, not really safe, but a decently safe switch into this. But if I get a burn on that, that's cool. And later on, some Icy Wind or Secret Sword damage, and that's, you know, gonna be manageable. This also checks Eva, of course, if it isn't Scarf. And yeah, it does a lot to Fortress, like a lot to Fortress, and that's cool. So yeah, Keldeo is really good against team, as it tends to be, and that's that. So next up, I need a defensive check to Mega Lopunny, and it is Dave, but good. Team Mungus with the Rocky Helmet, Regenerator, of course. Giga Drain, Spore, Sludge Bomb, and HP Ground, max, 4 special attack, pretty straightforward. Don't get 2-hit KO by adding Mega Lopunny, and its return. Giga Drain is there to get some health back and to get damage off on things like Rotom Wash. Spore to put things to sleep, obviously, though I'm expecting him to have safety goggles on Latios. Potentially Overcoat Fortress is also an option, or safety goggles to Galgi. Those are all options that he has. Also Vital Spirit Evi. If he does bring Evi, I'm 100% expecting to be Vital Spirit, because there's no reason to bring Motor Drive against my team. Like, I don't have an Electric type. So, expecting that. So I'm probably not going to click Spore as long as Evi is around. HP Ground is there to hit the Dragalge for good, I say good damage, for some damage. It also does neutral damage to Fortress, so I will eventually beat Fortress with this thing, and that's kind of cool. It also lives a hit from Landorus-I if he isn't Life Orb Psychic. And yeah, it's probably going to be my switch into Rotom Wash as well, which is kind of problematic, but I want to see how I work around that with the Mega Lopunny around. Probably going to have to rely on checking Lopunny with Scarf Rachi, let's be real. So yeah, that's the Mungus. Just going to be there, 2 hits. Probably going to be my switch into Evi as well to just scout. And yeah, because Evi kind of destroys this team. But we'll get to that in a second. So next up, we have my main sweeper this week, and that is Cassandra the Mence with the Yachi Berry. Intimidate, Dragon Claw, Iron Tail, Fire Fang, and Dragon Dance. Max attack, Adamant, 116 HP and 140 speed. That speed again to its speed Jolly Mega Lopunny after a Dragon Dance. So, Mens does ow to his team, like a lot of ow. If I get up a DD and he doesn't have Scarf, Latios, or Landorus-I, or some kind of berry, or full health fortress, I win. Like, straight up. The thing just runs through his team. Yachi allows me to set up on Landorus-I. I'm 100% expecting HPIs. I'm expecting probably Rock Polish, Earth Power, HPIs, and Sludge Wave. Just because that hits my entire team. There's nothing that takes those 3 moves well at all, barring like Spidef or like AV Amoongus, but even that doesn't really deal with it because, yeah, I need it for Mega Lopunny. So, yeah, with the Yachi I'm guaranteed to live in HPIs even after Stealth Rocks. I do a fair chunk with Dragon Claw, and with the Life of Recoil, and Aqua Jet and Dragon Claw, he's dead, and that's kind of cool. I think there are rolls involved, but it should die, basically. Is there? I don't remember the rolls. Sorry, don't remember my calcs right now. Fire Fang over Flamethrower because Dragon Dance. I do more to Fortress if he's Fizz Def, which is definitely possible. Yeah, if I get up a DD at the right time, then the thing just kind of plows through his team. Again, Rotom Wash needs to get weakened, but I think my team does a really good job at that with Keldeo and Jirachi being there. And that's nice. Yeah, hope I can get another Sweep Mance. That'd be really cool. Next up, we have a bit of an interesting set now. While I was team building, I was in call with Kyle, and he was like, yo, bring Scarf Skuntank. I was like, Kyle, what the fuck? What are you doing, Kyle? But I looked at it and I was like, actually, Kyle, you're an idiot, but that's not a bad idea at all. So I'm bringing Scarf fucking Skuntank. With Aftermath, HPI's Poison Jab per student player. HPI is just in the first slot because I crunched initially. Then I calced and I was like, Skuntank, you're weak. Why do you not 2KO Landorus-I with crunch? You're bad. That's to be expected. Landorus-I has pretty good bulk. So HPI does 2KO and that's nice. Max attack, Lonely, 84 special attack and 172 speed. That's enough to outspeed an Adamant Mega Lopunny. I'm expecting Adamant. I just want to make sure I have at least 2 things that outspeed Jolly, just in case he does go Jolly. Expecting me to, you know, predict around that. So, Scarf Skuntank, why? Because I can trap Latios. I can trap Latios very safely. I can also play rough it. His team does not like to play rough in general, so that's kind of cool. If I trap Latios, then Keldeo can come through. And that's cool. Poison Jab is there for the Flogus. Play rough hits the Mega Lopunny for really, really good damage. It just overall does a good chunk of damage to his team. So like late game, I can lock myself into play rough somewhat safely. Potentially even clean up with Scarf Skuntank. That'd be hilarious. HPI is of course for Landorus-I, so this gives me an attack to Landorus-I if he isn't Rock Polish. So that's kind of cool because I do like 60-something%. So yeah, that's that. The thing, Scarf Skuntank, it's gonna do things, I swear. And last but not least, we have Bolan the Golurk. I need Stealth Rocks, and I was like, Golurk, you do things. He doesn't have switch into Golurk. He doesn't have a switch in or switch ins. Grammar is important, kids. So yeah, it's like spring Golurk. Golurk is good. So I'm bringing Yachi just because, as I said, this team kind of loses to Electivire, so I wanted to have a good check. Golurk is my best check. In that, with the Yachi Berry, well, I could also bring Torkoal, but I don't like Torkoal as much in this matchup because Rotom Wash Latios just kind of switch in super safely. Landorus-I destroys it no matter what I do. So, yeah, brought Golurk with the Yachi, No Guard, Stealth Rock, Heavy Slam, Earthquake, and Dynamic Punch. So we're bringing Scarf, Flinching Yachi, and Dynamic Punch because I'm fucking terrible and I need luck to win video games. So, max attack, 104 speed with a Jolly nature and 152 HP. Now, I could have gone Adamant and had a lot less bulk because this is outspeed Flogus by a couple points. I don't know by how many, and just put like, hey, let's just go with some numbers that work. But I wanted to have more bulk. Simple as that. So, as that, if I get a Brox, which I can do very well against stuff like Fortress and Flogus, even Dragalge, because I scare that thing out, or Evia, you know, all of those things, then that makes my life a lot easier. Chip damage on his team is really good. This is a spin blocker, so he cannot spin with his Fortress. If he brings Defog on Latios, that's fine. I don't think he will, though. So, Heavy Slam is there to 2KO Flogus no matter what. Earthquake just does good damage to his team. It does a good chunk to Fortress. And Dynamic Punch is there so that Rotom Wash is not a free switch in. You know, I could have ran Toxic, but I feel like Dynamic Punch is better because it does a decent chunk to Rotom Wash. And again, chip damage on Rotom Wash is cool. And I get a Confusion because I am bad at Pokemon and I need Confusions to win games, essentially. Dynamic Punch is also just a good move to click in general just because Confusion. simple as that. It's fucking Pokemon. Like, it's a stupid game. Let's just rely on luck to win, right? Not rely, but like abuse a little luck to win. Like I have Scald. Scald is a stupid move as well. So hey, that's that. Main reason there is though for Rotom Water, obviously, because if I can get the thing weakened, if it hits itself like once or twice as I switch into something, that means I don't get as much chip damage on my Amoonguss if he goes for something like a Will-O-Wisp, and that's cool. Again, not relying on it, just kind of abusing the fact that it's there. You know, it's kind of how Golurk goes and how Jirachi work. If you draft Jirachi and potentially Golurk, then you're gonna have that. You're gonna run it at some point. And why not do it against a friend? Like, if I hacks anyone, it's gonna be someone I know and so on. It's not gonna hate me afterwards. At least not more than before. So, you know, I'm a bad friend. Just don't be friends with me. No one wants it anyway. So, I'm gonna pause. I will get into the game. Okay, so here we are at the game, and we'll decide to bring Mega Lopunny, Landorus-I, Fortress Dragalge, Electivire, and Latios. So as you can see, there is no Florges, which, as I said in my team analysis, was his only check, or in the team analysis part, was the only check to Frostlass, and his by far his best check to Ludicolo. Now Dragalge still checks Ludicolo, but not as well, not as effectively. So yeah, that's kind of sad. If I would have brought Frostlass, it would have literally destroyed his team. Like sub 3 attacks, just plow through him. But hey, I didn't, so it's my fault. My PS4 is shutting down because I haven't played in a while. That's just unfortunate, isn't it? That's what happens when you record 2 videos in a row while you are playing. Anyway, also, I'm not bringing my Nancy, as you can see, which, again, his only real check was the guy from the place, Florges. But I think Fortress, if it's Aqua Berry, can also be a really good check, so fair enough. I can also check it offensively with Mega Lopunny, and potentially Scarf Latios, or like Rosilli Berry Latios. That can be a thing. Scarf Evire as well. So, yeah, if I would have brought those threats, that would have been cool, but I didn't, and I still think I have a good matchup, because DD Mens just kind of wins, because Florges isn't there, so I have to rely on hitting Iron Tail. I just need some chip damage. I need to confirm what his Scarf is, if he has one, which I think he will have, and then that's cool. Also, Keldeo does fair chunks of work, because he doesn't have anything that can get rid of the status, so if I get a Scald Burn on something, it's gonna stay that way, you know, if I get a Scald Burn. If you watched last week's match, I don't get Scald Burns, ever. Keldeo is Manaphy. So, yeah, I didn't want to say that in last week's video, that's sad, that Keldeo is Manaphy. Man, that would have been great. Anyway. As I said, I didn't say that. God damn it, I'm all over the place. I'm just gonna use my Scarf Rachi. Like, I took a while to pick my lead, so did he. I was like, I have a Scarf Rachi, why don't I just fucking lead with it? So I'm just gonna fucking lead with my Scarf Rachi, as he leads with a Electivire. Now, I could go for the Flinch turn 1, but I could also not be an idiot and just U-turn out. I do 31%. I'm just gonna go into my Golurk. He's not clicking Ice Punch right away. In fact, he's clicking T-Wave, so he's T-Wave Evire, which is a really interesting set on his end. Probably just for stuff like Rachi. So, what I'm going to do now is just get my rocks turned to... Oh no, I'm going to click Dynamite Punch because I'm a great player. Because it's just overall safe move. Now I can get my rocks. And he hits himself, which is unfortunate, but I think he just went for rocks. So, I'm going to go for Earthquake and I get a crit. So, and he's going to get up his rocks, and I'm going to click the Dynamite Punch here because it's over my safest play. Fortress can't really touch me, and I'm going to get a high roll as well, so... I click the Dynamite Punch. He hits himself. I then crit him. As you can see, hit himself. I crit him. And then I get a higher roll. I don't know if it's high roll or a higher roll. I don't necessarily remember. But hey, I just get lucky. Fortress goes down. And that is pretty good for my Jirachi. Because now he has nothing. Nothing that deals with Jirachi. And that's cool. So, at this point, he doesn't really know what to go into. He goes into Latios. And now, depending on his item on spread, I can live. I don't have to switch into a Life Orb Draco, so I'm just going to say he goes for Shadow Ball, and I just go for Heavy Set. It does a lot of damage to him, and now I know that he's probably Scarf, like most likely. He could be a berry, like Cold Berry, but he's probably Scarf, and now Golurk goes down, but all the work it had to do. Got up rocks, killed Fortress, and got a huge chip, got huge damage off on Latios, and scouted the set. So, what I can do now is go into my Skuntank and click Pursuit. If he says in, he's still going to die unless he's Cold Berry. So, and he goes for Shadow Ball, he does reveal his Scarf, he does 20% to me, which is a fair chunk, honestly. Gonna go for Pursuit, and Latios goes down to the Skuntank. So we're already up 5-4, and that's really cool. So, but now he brings in Landorus-I, and I'm just like, oh god damn it, what help, what do I do? I'm gonna go into Kalio, just make the offensive switch. I know I can live in Earth Power, but he just goes for Rock Polish, and I'm like, ah, fuck. And he also reveals that he has Psychic. No, okay, I'm gonna go for Aqua Jetty, as you can see. If he didn't have Psychic, that might have been a bad play, because now I am more likely to die to an Earth Power, of course. However, the way he set up the Rock Polish makes me think he's definitely gonna have Psychic. And what this allows me to do is, after the Aqua Jet damage, I can go into Mens, I can live in HP Ice, I can Dragon Claw him. And that's a roll to kill if he, well, if he doesn't go for a life up, a move that lets him take life up recoil, being HP Ice. If he does, he dies. So, Aqua Jet was over my savings play just because it ensures that I kill this Lando-I. Now, if he didn't have Psychic and I lived, then, you know, unfortunate, I made a bad play in some people's minds, but overall, Aqua Jet was a safe play. I get a decent chunk off. And now he's in range for Mens, and I don't get swept by Landorus-I super easily. So he does have Psychic, as you can see. So I made the best play possible. That's great. And now I can go into Mens. I am even HP because I built this team like pretty much right before we battled. He did as well. So we both built with limited time, just because he's busy on the weekend and stuff and things. So I'm gonna go to Mens, and even HP bothers me, so I'm gonna live the HP Ice. And now, since he does take the life of Recall, Dragon Claw is guaranteed to knock him out, and Landorus-I is dealt with. Hooray, motherfucker! That was a fucking pain in the dick. So now he brings in Dragalge. As I said, I told him in chat, hey, go into Dragalge, please, as you can see here, and he does. Now, this might seem weird. This might seem like, hey, Will, why are you making a play that helps Shadi? What the fuck, man? You will see in a sec that he is, the way he runs it, he's definitely a Bomberry. He is a Bomberry, so I made sure to just think of every possible scenario, like, does it get Trick Room? It doesn't get Trick Room. Is there anything else can do? Toxic Spikes doesn't make a fucking difference, nothing gets affected, so I don't lose anything when taking Dragon Claw, and I knock out Dragalge. As you will see later on, his Lopunny doesn't have Fake Out, so, and he probably is Adamant, so my Mens could potentially outspeed him and do a ton of damage to him, so his best play was going into this rather than risking taking like 1,000,000 damage on his Lopunny and being guaranteed in range for Scarf Rachi, or pretty much anything. So that was his best play, definitely. So he gonna knock me out with the Shadow Ball, and now I'm just going to my Jirachi, and I'm gonna click Heart Stamp because that's gonna kill. Dragalge goes down, and now he has to go into Evira, and I'm not gonna risk not flinching. Like, I'm not gonna 100% rely on a flinch at this point if I don't have to, and I really don't have to. So what I'm going to do is go into my Amoonguss. If I get Rocky Helmet damage off on the thing, he dies to the Heart Stamp, or he's a really good chance of dying to Heart Stamp. If he doesn't, like, if I don't get him in range because he, like, crits me and or freezes me and I die, that's fine. I can go into Skuntank and then we're at Scarf Rachi. So I'm going to go into my Amoonguss here. He's going to click the magic T-Wave button, paralyze my Amoonguss, which is fine. I can still live an Ice Punch, I can get big damage off. But he's special, he has Flamethrower, he gets a crit, and I get fully paralyzed, and that's really unfortunate, but I can't complain, because I am bringing Scarf Rachi and Dynamic Punch Golurk, so I'm not complaining. But this is actually pretty fucking big, because at this point, my Jirachi actually dies to a high jump kick from Adam and Mega Lopunny, just because I have minus defense and I have no bulk investment whatsoever. So he has a really good chance of killing me with the high jump kick. So that could be an issue if I don't flinch him. Now, if he... I clicked Touch Bomb here, by the way. If he didn't crit... Or if I didn't get a parry here, the crit doesn't even matter. If he didn't get fully parried, I would have gone with Touch Bomb, would have done a very good chunk, like, I think, would have almost killed him, or like, 30-40% roughly. And then I would have just gone to Scarf Skuntank and click Poison Jab, probably. Actually, no, it would have gone Scarf Rachi for sure. And just click Heart Stamp, won the game from there. And then I still had Skuntank to win the game for me if I didn't get a flinch on Mega Lopunny. So I would have pretty much guaranteed to have won the game. But since he gets a para, I don't. That's unfortunate, but again, I can't complain. He kills me on a Flamethrower. Amoonguss goes down, and now I have to go into my Skuntank first, and now I have to start relying on a flinch on Mega Lopunny. That's just kind of how it goes. I'm going to go for the Poison Jab. He doesn't die. And he kills me with the Thunderbolt, so Skuntank doesn't get a kill. I think that was a roll, but it was in his favor, so, you know, happens. But now I can go to Rachi. I'm going to lock myself into the Heart Stamp. The thing, thankfully, doesn't get static, so I have to worry about that. Eva goes down, second kill for Rachi. Now it's Lopunny against Jirachi. Now his best play is obviously not Megaring, and trying to not die. I don't know. He's not going to Mega. I'm going to explain why he does in a second. So I'm going to get 2 flinches here, and I win the game by clicking Heart Stamp with Jirachi. So, yeah, I win by flinching Will. That's unfortunate. So, yeah. GG, Will. I'm sorry I had to do this to you, but you have Landorus-I plus Mega Lopunny. Like, how else am I supposed to beat that shit? It's just not possible for my team. So, yeah, that's how it goes. Now, the reason he didn't Mega there, and the reason why he actually might have, why he might have definitely won the game, why he would have definitely won the game, is that he had agility on his Mega Lopunny. He clicked agility on the first turn. I think it was agility, baton pass, ice punch, and high jump kick. So he would have got enough agility there. He would have gone for one non-mega high jump kick and then mega up and go for another high jump kick and kill me to guarantee that I don't kill him with Hard Slam, to guarantee that he kills me no matter what. He could have, of course, missed. I could have gotten a crit, shit like that, but that would have been stupid anyway. So if I wouldn't have gotten a flinch, he most likely definitely would have won the game. Now, if he didn't have, if he didn't crit if my Amoonguss didn't get parrot, I don't know if I would have won, honestly. Because I would have gone to Skuntank. I would have gone to Jirachi, sorry. Probably, yeah. Click Hot Stamp and kill the Evire. Then he goes to Lopunny, I click Hot Stamp, and I either get flinches or I don't. Now, if I don't get a flinch and he goes for agility, he probably kills me with High Jump Kick. And then, depending on damage rolls, Skuntank might have killed him with Aftermath? I don't know. Essentially, it came down to me getting flinches, which with Jirachi, that's just kind of how it goes. If you draft Jirachi, it's gonna eventually come down to flinches in at least 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 6 games. So, yeah, that I'm pretty sure I just skipped 4, and that was intentional, but it sounded weird. So, whatever. That's the game. We are now 6-1 with a plus 16 differential, I think. We're back to plus 16, which is fun. I think we're no longer number 1. I don't know what Merc did this week. If he wins, then we're not number 1. If he lost, then we're number 1. That's cool. Actually, Gareth might still overtake me. I don't know. I don't remember. I have a bad memory, so. Yeah. That's the game. As I said, make sure to check out Will in the description below. He's a lovely guy. Great content creator. Great player. And you will enjoy his content. I assure you. So, next week. I think next week we'll go against Jarboss and his Lincoln Raptors. He has a scary team. He has fucking Protean XY Greninja, because that's fair. Why do I play all this broken shit in a row? It's stupid. I hate my life. And then after we go against Merc, Gareth, who are the 2 other best teams in the division, and then Frito, who just took over from Baby Eye. Not looking good in that regard. We're not having any easy matchups left. But I already told Free that he has to let me win. So it's, you know, I get a free winner. Probably. Maybe. Who knows. So, yeah, also Gareth the free win. Just kidding, he has Megalodias. Anyway, thank you for watching. Yeah, hope you enjoyed. Tell me what you think of the game. Am I a cunt? Yes, I am. Why are you asking? Happens. It's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave some nudes. I will appreciate all videos, and hopefully see you guys next time. Goodbye.